Welcome to my driveway. Today we're going to take the next step on the electric Volvo. I want to drive it around on the driveway. So the first step I'm going to do is to put in the rear battery box. To do that I have to take the rear axle off a little bit and then put it in. And then we're going to try to get the rest of the relays hooked up. And then we try to make it run on its own. If you like this kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe and let's get started. Here I have the battery that goes in here. The positive lead is on this side. So it's this way around. I've made some extensions on the battery so I can get them into this part, so I can charge it from the car. This lead is connected to the battery. There are 4 more batteries to go in here, but when connecting the contactors I want to be sure that nothing's going to happen if I do it wrong. The 30 amp fuse, I'll just pop it in here. So now I have one battery connected to the system, completely up to code, no problem. And now I'm going to connect the contactors, recharge and main. Now I've changed this one with the contactors on it. Some insulating tape, because if you accidentally push on it, it can touch the steel plate. Now let's see if it works. A 7.5 amp fuse in between. And it has power. Now let's see what happens. Now I've turned on the starter. Recharge looks on. Main contactor is on. Let's see if we can blow the 30 amp fuse in the trunk. Reverse on, so that's all working. Just the throttle isn't working. Let's check if it's on the right connector. Now I'm back. I had it on the wrong connection. So let's see what the throttle now does when I go to drive. Forward is off. Auto refresh out of business. It's refusing again. It's annoying. No. Unfortunately, I'm not getting it going. It keeps locking up. So I think this part is for measuring the voltage. So I measure the resistance and the voltage on this output wire with every added battery. With one battery I have these values. We'll see on the next ones what happens. Look. These bus bars have the wrong length, but on this side they would fit. This will fit about. This should fit. Minus, plus. I need a battery B. Now I want to avoid this, but I'm going to change battery 5 to a B type, but I don't have a B type cover. So I'll reuse this cover and put on me labels. Well, let's get to it. Now the polarity has changed. Otherwise it would be roughly in this position. There you can see the difference. That should be enough to get it work. Those parts. The DC-DC converter has now enough power to start running. Let's see what we have got. $75, that's strange. I'm missing a bit. No, I'm expecting about 105 volts. That's strange. No, I don't know exactly why I don't have the voltage in front, but possibly due to resistance between the bus bars and the battery, or the leads and the battery. So I'm going to disconnect them all again and clean them, and I will put them back together and see what happens. So now the pre-charge relay is on. It's still not stable. My theory now is that the DC-DC converter pulls away power, so it's not working behind the pre-charge relay. So I'm going to try to turn off the DC-DC converter. Here we have the DC-DC converter power line. That one I will remove. DC-DC converter is out of the system. Let's see what we have on the 120 volts. These are the results with all 5 batteries in the rear. So I don't see what the part is doing, so for now I will order another DC sensor for measuring the voltage. Now maybe the locking happens due to this connection. That connector is possibly giving problems. So I bent the connectors a little, not too much, because then it won't fit anymore. It's more tight, so maybe it helps. Now another attempt to get the Wi-Fi working constant. I have removed it. The Wi-Fi board, I will solder them a few wires in between, like so, just to make sure there's a connection between the board and the Wi-Fi module. That's it. Let's put on some power and see if the Wi-Fi will work. Now let's see if we can calibrate the current sensor. Starting plot. So now I have the red one going up to about 48 amps. So my gauge in front should say 48 amps. And here we have 57. So it's off. Let's see what we need and then try again. Well, on this gauge I have 54 and I had on here all about 53. So that's good enough for now. We'll see later if we need to do more about it. So the current sensors are about set. Well, that was my first drive in the electric Volvo. It does about half a mile a week, but it's a start. So don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow this series. And maybe we will even get this car to drive a little bit faster. But for now, see you on the next one.